Alright, so for the next part, one thing that I realized is that it's kind of silly to have my vertical exaggeration up so high, and it's also worth pointing out to you that it's easy to change it from anything between 0.5 and 3. So I'm again in the preferences in the 3D view, I'm turning down the vertical exaggeration so my circles on cliff faces are less goofy. And now I'm going to draw the next box around my next circle, which is 50 meters by 50 meters. And if I double click on it, it'll zoom in so that that fits nicely on the page. And then I go to the polygon. This is the 50 meter by 50 meter, so, or I'm sorry, 50 meter circle, which means 100 meters by 100 meters for a square that inscribes that circle. And there's some language in the original tutorials about how to, some suggested text for putting in the balloons. And you can see that I've kept my preferences for what it looks like in terms of, oops, I do see that I got an extra thing in there, so I must have clicked and dragged without realizing it. So I'm just going to start again. Ish. I see I've got a little red dot up there, so that means I've got one corner already. Oops, no I don't. That's alright. And we'll fix that up, so it's good to show fixing things up, I think. Drag that a little bit. Drag this over a little. Drag this one in. And maybe down just a touch. And down just a touch. And as I started to say, you can see that I've kept my heavy magenta lines, or whatever color this is. And you can again select that in here under the Style and Color button when you look at that in your properties. And I'm going to say OK. And then you can see they're stacking up underneath my tracks, and I'm going to go out to the next one out. 500 meter circle, radius circle means that the diameter is 1 kilometer, so if I do another polygon, this one is going to be 1 kilometer by 1 kilometer. And I've got to have that still open or I won't be able to draw. And so in other words, you don't want to minimize that. And then click my corners, straighten them up as best you can. Something like that. And make sure you got the right name on it, 1 kilometer by 1 kilometer. It tells me I've got that 500 meter radius is the one that I zoomed out to, so I'm okay there. Go out to 5 kilometers by 5 kilometer, or I'm sorry, 5 kilometer radius means a 10 kilometer diameter. And I'm going to draw another polygon. This one's 10 kilometers by 10 kilometers. I'm going to slide it out of the way or minimize it. And draw my corners like so. And shift them around, get them in the right place. And click OK, and I think that gives you the idea. We can zoom out to the next one and keep doing that until you get to the edge of the Earth, and then put that last place mark at the limb of the Earth.